Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here at Channel Charge More. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to Channel Charge More. Please remember to comment, get notified, and if you're not subscribed to Channel Charge More, please hit that alarm bell to get notified. And let's get into the video. So, I am going into part 3 of the Shady Narrsasis. Yeah. And, yes, thank you for waiting so patiently. I am getting into a part 3 of it. I'm titling this Power and Control. This is what a lot of narcissists are. But before I get into that, let me just say that in the beginning, narcissists, their true colors are not very noticeable right away. Alright, you have to be around narcissism to be, like, used to them. Like, used to their true colors. Alright, otherwise, you're not gonna find out the hard way. Alright, and that's what it requires. So, it requires a lot of, experience. It requires, if you want to know exactly how narcissists really are, you gotta be around it, like, a lot. And I think this is what, I think America has actually been around narcissism a lot. I think for a lot of people knew exactly Donald J. Trump being a real big narcissist. Alright. Yeah. I will say that most of all, people just, I'll just say that most of all, that for the people that voted for him and during his first term back in 2016, alright, he had a successful first term, alright, and during the beginning, maybe his narcissism wasn't noticeable until afterwards, until when he got into his first term, his true colors started to become noticeable. And just like his second term, maybe you couldn't see Trump's narcissistic colors, like his true colors, until, he got himself into his first term, like during his first year of his second term, and like, what did you expect? Him to be, his narcissism to be, recognized as true colors? Like, to see his true colors? Like, just doing exactly what he does when he is, about to be, impeached or whatever, and that stuff. Narcissists just go on, like, they lash out. They feel like everybody's out to get them. Alright, this is why they do what they do. Okay? Yeah, you have to, it's pretty noticeable to actually recognize this. Alright, I think that it's pretty obvious about Donald J. Trump. Alright, he's just, he's a crazy man. He's a crazy man. And, like, I mean, what else do you expect out of that man? Alright? Okay? Well, you expect more chaoticism. You expect more Trumpism. yeah, you would expect more narcissism out of him. This guy acts like a complete circus clown. Alright? This guy is just, you know, he's just full of garbage. Alright? And yeah, I'm hoping that people are just, you know, really just looking at it that way. Alright? Because, you know, this is what Donald J. Trump is. He's also going to be full of garbage. Okay? So, I mean, like, what else are you going to expect out of him? Okay? Yeah, certainly I would just say that this guy is really, really just put on, like, a show for America to actually really see. And the show is Trump being a loser comedy clown. That's how I'm going to say it. You know what? Because, you know what, people just, I just have to say that, you know, it's just like that, okay? Yeah, I've had enough with this loser old man just behaving like complete useless piece of garbage, because that's what he is. Alright? And, yeah. Alright? He's obviously just, you know, he's just lost his grip with reality. You know, I'm not sure people recognize that. Either you're too stupid to actually look at what is really going on here, or you just plain don't care. Maybe you're in the same, maybe you people are probably just maybe narcissistic like he is. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. But, hey, you know what? There are just people that, they're just, you know, that stupid to even, like, recognize reality. Okay? Yep. I think that is pretty clear. I think. Yeah? You think that I'm joking when I say that? No. I'm saying the facts like they are. And you know what? It's the truth about narcissists. That's what they are. Yeah. Trump is gonna just throw his temper tantrum and pissy fits, and he'll be going off to jail or prison. I think, yeah, prison's worse than jail. I mean, you think that, you know, you think I'm joking about that? You think that I would be joking about that? And saying that this is just, you know, I have to say, no, I'm not, I'm not kidding you. I'm not. So, it's the way that it is, People are just full of BS these days. Yeah, I don't know how often I have to deal with this, but you know what? It gets overwhelming. It just, you know, it just becomes so overwhelming enough that people just they've had enough of this. They've had enough of this, and they just wish that it would end. And but you know what? People become people just are full of BS these days. You know what they say? If you're full of BS, you're always going to be full of BS. It doesn't matter how bad it is. It doesn't matter, like, who you are. You're going to act like a total pathetic moron because, this is what you are. This is what you are. If that's the way that you want to be for the rest of your life, I have to say that it's absolutely sad. I just don't know. I don't know. I've just had it with, dealing with this stuff. Alright? Yes. Like, every day I hear about stupid stuff that Donald J. Trump does in the White House. And there are just, there are just people that are just full BS. They never learn to knock it off. Ever. Alright? They're acting like a pathetic human being every single time. And it just drives me up the wall so much. Eventually people are just, other people just have enough, and they just, but the narcissist doesn't shut up. Narcissists don't listen to reasons. They only care about themselves. Alright? And, yeah. You think that maybe, one day they will probably wise up and start figuring out that, that maybe that they'll just, like, grow up and just figure out that life isn't about you all the time, or yourself. Like, you think that they ever, they ever figure this stuff out? Because I can just tell you no. I can tell you that, I don't think so. Alright. So, I gotta say that, there are people that are just full BS these days. Alright? They're always going to be. Because, That's what people are just, they're so caught up into. So, yeah. I don't know how else to say this. I don't know why people are this stupid. Alright. But you know what? It just, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's stupid. But this is what people do. This is what people just, this is, this is just how life is. Alright. So, obviously, I just can't say how disgusted I am with all this. I hope that people would just, grow up and figure out that, life isn't about you all the time. Alright? The reality is, life isn't about you. It's about other people. And I don't know why people can't even just figure this out. Alright? Because, it's just, it's true. Life isn't about you all the time. It's not all about me, I, and money. It's about other people. But you know what? People are just stubborn and arrogant. And they're just self-centered. They're always thinking about them all the time. Yeah. So, yeah. You think that this whole thing is just like some big joke? Because obviously it's not. I mean, obviously, I just gotta say that, it's stupid that people are the way that they are. But, it's the way that life is. You can't, you can't learn to treat other people with respect, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. And yeah, that people need to they need to grow up. They learn to treat others with love and kindness. And stop thinking about yourself all the time. I mean, is that hard? Is it really that hard? Because I can tell you that for one, no, it's not hard. Unless you're some dumb idiot or loser that obviously just doesn't even know anything about treating others with kindness and respect. Maybe if you're a narcissist and brain figure, wired to think one way, then of course you're not going to care about other people. You're going to be concerned about you, yourself, and money. If that's the case, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure Donald J. Trump is having a good life and going to be one day in a prison cell, screaming and throwing his temper tantrum and pissy fit because He just wasn't above the law. And that he just ruined his life for himself. That's all I can say. I can say, sucks to be in prison for you, Donald J. Trump. But again, I'm not sorry for the loser idiot you decided to become. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I said here, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, Charles Morse. Again, please remember to keep your comments decent, not offensive. And, you know, I can say Donald J. Trump has definitely ruined the future for himself. And he is just going to die a broken man. That is all I can say about that's all I can say about Donald J. Trump. And I hope that he'll be sleeping in his prison cell with plenty of nightmares. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day. I will see you all in my next video.